Hey, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on? How was it yesterday?
Oh, it was great. I had a great time.
Fun, right?
Yeah, it was really fun. I think the energy will pick up more during the weekend. It's weird with LA like that. Like the late in the day, there was some action there, but it was like a Thursday afternoon in LA. It's like I think it's going to be a lot more intense on the weekend,
Yeah.
especially if the LA guys are in it. But it was fun. My cousins came out with me, and we went to see like we followed followed a little bit of everything, but we watched Phil play for a little while. We watched Rory played for a while. It was cool. It wasn't as easy to get around from hole to hole as I would have thought.
Yeah, it was. I was seeing it was like they didn't like let like people go like hole to hole as much as some places.
Yeah, so it was like cutting across to a totally different group that you didn't see or whatever. Although I will say the one person who actually acknowledged me, I'm not a big ruckus person in general. I don't cheer like crazy or even at basketball or anything. But we were on the first and there was nobody there. And then like Wyndham Clark was just starting his round.
Hey, there you go.
He made an eagle to start his round, and I was like, "That a boy, Wyndham, way to start it." And I played him
Nice,
last week, and he pointed right at me, and like I was like, "Oh, cool, was kind of fun."
nice,
Yeah.
nice.
So so I'm just actually, in the interest of total transparency, I'm just building a lineup for today and wondering what you think I should do. I didn't go through the slate
You
very.
and I are both actually equally, I would say clueless, but let's just say we are very
We can go with Clueless.
clueless. I mean, I literally just built some stuff now, and then as I built it, I just saw that Anthony Rendon is not in.
Yeah.
So that's how good I am right now. I literally just launched this stuff right now. So I'm now changing the projections actually. Taylor Ward is out as well. You got Moniak is in and Renigfo is in, and then the rest remains the same. Just so you know, again, this is if you're interested in this at all. There was a thunderstorm here in New York, and there's going to be some later, but we have like a barbecue we're going to, and according to the person who's running the barbecue, which is probably just as reliable as Roth, um, probably not going to be any rain until 11. So I don't know.
Oh, beautiful.
So if you did have interest in playing the game in New York, there's that. But it looks as though honestly that Gausman and Ryan are the two pitchers, right? But there's like these guys that I wanted to ask you about too. They're just showing up. Like, do you know who Brian Wu is?
I mean, I know the name better than I do the actual person. I understand it's a pitcher against the White Sox.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
That's what I think that the reason is for him. Like he's had a couple outings. I don't know how much to let him throw, and but I think he's more in play, and it sort of like speaks to the overall slate. Like when you look at the pitching, nobody you feel great about, right? Like there's none of the you could say Gaussman, but we've seen Texas be disruptive to say the least.
Yeah, that is a good way to put it.
It's a high price, yeah. JP France, okay. I definitely buy into that one a little bit more, but that's a lower price guy. So you're going to include these other guys. I think I would rather play JP France, Rich Hill, those
Rich Hill,
guys.
huh?
If I was going to play spend down, that's the guys I would be looking at, I think.
Yeah. So let me see. Like right now, if I was just going to blindly just again, I updated the projections. Then I manually updated the Angels just now.
I would
And
have some Brady Singer as well.
yeah, like right now, if I just ran it normally, I played 50 lineups, I would be getting mostly Gausman, Ryan, and Darvish.
Yeah.
And then, and then, like you said, then Rich Hill. Rich Hill.
Not JP France, huh?
Yeah. Not JP, not really JP France, but JP Sears a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought he would come up a little bit as well.
And basically a lot of it. I mean, just sprinkles of a lot of players actually.
So we know Atlanta is going to be the mega chalk, right, for hitting. Am I incorrect about this?
Let me see the ownership
Feels like
projection.
they should be.
Yeah, I have them tied with the Angels as the top stack, but I have the Braves owned a lot more. But yeah, so to answer your question, yes, I have Atlanta as
Oh,
the
interesting.
trump.
I don't like the for what it's worth. I don't like the Angels.
Okay.
Um, I actually think Brady Singer is legitimately in play, and I think that it's interesting to it's one of the rare times you'll see Colorado in play on the road, kind of, you know. But it's
The
kind
other,
of
so the stacks that I'm actually getting in my builds is my number one is Toronto, and then actually number two is Pittsburgh, um, which is interesting. So I guess that speaks to how much they want me to play these top pitchers, I suppose.
I like Pittsburgh. I don't like Toronto today.
Okay.
But Pittsburgh also I like because the pricing is very good.
Yeah.
And it's a good hitters park for like lefties especially. So you've got Marcano at the top at 2.5. You've got Santana, who's a switch hitter at 1 point at 2.8, assuming Sawinski's 3.6, somewhere between 3 and 5 in the lineup. There's a lot. There's things I like about Pittsburgh. I think that the Braves, the Pittsburgh, and then I don't usually like the bullpen games, especially between the Dodgers and Giants. But I think this is a good spot to play the Dodgers because they have, first of all, they've owned Manaea in just a few outings or whatever before, but they've just completely owned him. This team has been much better against left-handed pitching than teams they've had in the past. They're going to be overlooked, and as we know, there is, as powerful, or they're one of the three most powerful offenses in baseball. I think that as a very low-owned stack, that the Dodgers are really interesting tonight.
By the way, we didn't really go over any of this. You were at golf and whatever. I had some major swipes last night at some
Did you? What was it?
big money, and I just couldn't quite get to it. At the very end of because I did something I don't do too often. I really just pounded the Braves, okay, even though I know they'd be chalky, and then I just had all kinds of other combinations with them, and I had some good pitching. And I had the White Sox as like my last team, who they got really lucky. I got like the solo home runs out of the right guys. And I had like 3 different innings where I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming up against the Dodger bullpen in the last couple of innings. And they just couldn't quite get the ball to land right. Like Vaughn hit one to the wall and then it was, I ended up like 6th in one thing. Like Embleman got me in one freaking tournament. He got there with a stupidly undeserved NOLA win to get 4 points
Man.
to get me at the end. And then, so I basically triple my money, but like so much. I think like if they ran like a Sims of like how much I rated to win, given who I had coming up and like all this stuff, like it was one of those things. I was in like 7th place in a tournament with like 19 innings left and everybody had 1 like above me or something like that,
right.
And I was like 9 points out of first and nobody could do anything. It was like so frustrating. But nonetheless, it was good. Yeah, listen, it was good to be in contention.
Yeah, man, that's too bad though. That's
yeah. So it's funny because I have the Angels on my sheets, but then when I actually run stuff, I don't really get to them. Maybe because like the Rendon being out is.
I don't think that should be big enough for them with the way he's hit, but I want to revisit the Wu thing just because I do think I'm finding that I could see some builds like with the Dodgers and Braves that are really expensive that you do want to maybe spend down. What about like so Brady Singer, Wu? I think Brady Singer would be what I would prefer to get to because at least there's upside there. You know what I mean?
There definitely is.
It's kind of weird. Like he's put up 14 or more at his price. Like 14 is not all that bad. Like, and you want better, obviously. But if he gets to 20, you feel really good about it.
No, absolutely. Let's see, Reneg. So whatever happened to Adele? That was it? They moved him back?
Oh, your boy. I don't know.
He hit a home run his first at bat. I haven't seen him since.
This is what happens with. I don't know. There's some guys. I don't know what they must like. He and Christopher Morel. I don't know what they do to people. But
Christopher Morel.
Do you know who I like as a sneaky stack tonight? The problem is there's too many good stacks, but I do think that this is a good Oakland night. I think you could argue for Taijuan Walker, and I think you could argue for Oakland bats.
Oakland's been pesky.
And they're so cheap. Like, you know what I mean? Like maybe they're the complimentary stack, but you don't have to spend more than $3K on anybody. And they score runs. Like Ruiz, this guy steals the base every game. He needs leading stolen bases by so many. It's ridiculous. He's gonna steal 100 bases. That doesn't happen forever, you know?
Wait, who's the leader right now?
It's not really gonna be 100, but like Esteury Ruiz.
I'll tell you something else that I've noticed from watching like the way the season's been going with all the base stealing and all this stuff. These catchers are freaking awesome.
Yeah,
they get that ball freaking down there. It's no free freaking base. It's
no, they've gotten better, but there's still a ton more stolen bases.
No, I know, but they're tagging better than they used to. You know what I mean? Like, you got to get there. You know, it's not like it's a free base.
How about the Dodgers and Braves for all the cheese?
You like Darvish and all
that? The Dodgers and A's. Yeah, I do. I mean, like I like Darvish, but I think that at crazy high ownership against Tampa, you could definitely see fading it. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a play you need to make at this ownership. You know?
Yeah, I have him on FanDuel as well.
That's my problem with it.
Let's see.
You see, if you use the A's and Dodgers, oh yeah, that's a beauty. That is a beauty. And I could play the talk chalk guys if I want to.
Yeah, you on FanDuel, you could. It's like so fun to build lines on FanDuel. Like, everyone looks like it's going to win. It's like,
do we think Shane McClanahan is a bad play? Like, I don't understand. Just because he's playing San Diego, we're going to stop the guy who's 10-1 with a 2.1 ERA and who strikes out of 500 guys every game. Like,
I was going to ask you about him, like literally next.
Like, maybe he makes the most sense.
Let me see what let me try to hand build this thing right now. So
I think Joe Ryan is the logical answer, and I think the right thing is to probably play somebody else. Even though I'm a big Joe Ryan guy in general, I like the McClanahan idea. I'm sort of selling myself on it. Like, I'm deciding McClanahan and JP France or Darvish and Gallen, because people aren't going to play Gallen either. And there's a good reason. I mean, it's not a team that strikes out, but still a little too low ownership.
Oh, this is weird. Hold on. FanDuel.
Yeah, McClanahan sub 10% ownership. I think just sign me up for those kind of plays.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like Mr. Andrews' question in here about, does Alcantara make sense? I think he does. I'm a little worried about a possible delay in that game.
Okay.
Which makes it a little bit worrisome. But I mean, the price for Alcantara makes sense. He's facing an offense that doesn't score a lot of runs, but they don't strike out either. And he's been struggling with the strikeouts. So maybe this is not quite the right start. But I think we're close with Alcantara to start using him again. I do think we're going to want to at some point.
What? Why am I'm having issues here with my my sheets here. Darvish. Oh, there he is. Darvish is cheap on FanDuel, but I think I prefer. I guess he's the best play. I don't know.
I think it's fine to go either direction.
Darvish and then either Ryan or Gausman.
Yeah.
I guess Darvish is sort of. I have Ryan as actually higher owned than Darvish on FanDuel.
Yeah. On FanDuel, yeah. That makes sense. Dodgers and A's, huh? That's what I'm going to do, I think.
That's the deal?
I think so. Just one lineup. I'm not going to like advocate, like say, hey, everyone should play this. But that's
okay, so Bobby has told everybody to lock them in. Okay, I got it.
Dodgers and A's.
I got it.
it's not the right strategy in general, like with the Dodge, like to play a bullpen game in division as a stack. But if you make it a 4-4 with the A's who are so cheap, and then you can play the whatever pitchers you want, I think it's worth it.
So just an announcement. So I did put out a MMA DFS video. I also did a betting breakdown video, and sheets for that will be coming out overnight. Also, I mean, we're getting close to next week where I'm going to be in that live final. I'm not actually going.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to be able to go, but I'm
Oh,
going to be participating, obviously.
Yeah.
And
That's awesome.
and what I'm doing is I'm going to make like a video. Hopefully it's useful. I can't release it until after, you know what I mean? Because I can't risk people knowing who I'm playing, right? But
Right.
Because there are only 14 other people, other entries of whom 3 of them are like dupes, and they're all experts, and they all know everybody. You know what I mean? So
right.
I already have issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand.
You know, but I'm going to go through the process, and then hopefully once it launches, like the next day, I'll release that. You know, but that'll be exciting, and it's a weird thing because you got to think about what type of lineup to put in. Because on the one hand, there are only 14 people. So you think like don't get too crazy, but the way the prize pool is, like it's 250,000 for first and like 10,000 for 15th, you know? So you have to try to, it's kind of cool. You have to try to figure out people are going to play and try and fade it. You know what I mean? Which is not normal in like a 15-person contest.
That's right. No, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That is very unusual for that size of a contest.
Right?
One of those, yeah. By the way, I do want to give a little shout out to my Minwoo Lee for being 6 under and Harris English. Those were the 2 guys I came on too late.
Well, my highest owned guy in the lottery is Ricky Fowler, and yet I'm probably going to only have like 10% 6-for-6s.
He was too popular for me. I just kept pivoting over. The problem is I kept pivoting over to Wyndham Clark. Yeah. Which is also a good play. So, I mean, it's a good and bad, but the problem is I didn't play those 2 together. Except for one lineup, which has somebody like, it has Justin Thomas in it.
And I knew that what's his name was a freaking lemon. He can still make the cut, but freaking Justin Rose.
Yeah, I liked that we got off.
We talked about that, yeah.
It feels like a decent for Bryce. It's a good start today for Fleetwood. He's 2 under through 3.
Ooh, if Hatton can get in, Hatton can get moving. That would be nice to get him in the cut.
And I have the Gordon Sargent 10%.
Meanwhile, Dion is +3.
I know. I don't know if +3 is going to make it.
No, it's not. But he just started.
I know, but
if you get in there, Dion. Yeah. Meanwhile,
I said Gordon Sargent instead, and he's 3 under, so I'm going to take that one.
Meanwhile, the other Dion is going to have his leg amputated or something. You read about this? Something like Deion, something my son told me something about Deion Sanders.
No, I don't know what it is.
Deion Sanders facing potential foot amputation.
Jesus.
Due to ongoing something.
Jesus, that's serious.
He has health issues.
Yeah.
All right, so if I was going to, and again, we do have an hour and a half. We're doing this early, but if I were going to, what?
I don't even know who's playing in my lineups yet. Any of them.
Yeah, no. So I would have Darvish as probably my favorite fan. I'm talking about FanDuel first. I would do Darvish, and then let me just see. Yeah, you don't like the Angels, huh? It's interesting. It would probably be for me. Pittsburgh's low owned over there. Philly is low owned. It looks like. Who's pitching? Who are the Yankees up against? Yankees, Dodgers. There's some teams on FanDuel that you can play that are not too popular.
Yeah.
But Atlanta and LA look like the best plays. Who are the Yankees playing? Hold on.
Wait. The Yankees are playing Boston.
And who's pitching for Boston? Like
Tanner Houck.
Pedro Martinez?
No, what's wrong with the
Why am, I,
Yankees?
why am I not playing the Yankees here?
No, they make perfect sense.
Okay.
Both the Yankees and Boston are two teams I didn't talk about.
All right,
But
so Toronto's lineup is now out, it looks like. Okay.
you know me, I don't stack against Martin Perez on large slates. So
right, so no Kiermaier. Yankees. All right, maybe that could be who I play in FanDuel.
why is Matt Chapman? I know he's struggling, but why is he hitting sixth?
Who, Toronto? No, you go. Chapman?
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, I apologize. Again, I'm not going to be able to update the if our show gets back in. I'm not going to be able to update the sheets again today. I'm going out in about 15 minutes. But you guys will survive.
You guys will survive.
You know what I mean?
Really? Yeah.
Between Goldie's projections and whatever it is. I mean,
Yeah. There's plenty out there. The Sabres them.
Bing. So with the Toronto, that's who Toronto's against Martin Perez. That's why you're not into that. Okay, that makes sense. Let me just see.
I just don't do it. The guy's actually like a decent enough real life.
He is.
Just doesn't get credit for it.
Tanner Houck. Let's go Yankees. How about that?
Yeah, I think that both sides of that. I mean, it's in Boston. It's 75 degrees in the summer. Like it's got to be humid. Assuming 50% humidity. If it's Boston, it's not humid. Something's wrong. It is crazy how much higher of a run total the Braves have above everyone else, and yet I don't think they're going to be owned like it because they're just hard to get in.
What about KC?
About who?
What about KC?
It's like I keep going down that road and like against a lot worse pitchers than Sandoval, and it never seems to work for me.
Yeah.
They've got like you got Prado, like I mean Pascantino's obviously out for the year because of the thing, but you've got like a leadoff hitter who's a lefty against a lefty who's not good against lefties. Your cleanup hitter is a lefty against a lefty. You have your best hitter is not in the lineup in Perez.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Get it. The Maikel Garcia part I can get to anytime. It's 87 degrees. He's 2,200. He's a totally legitimate play. Actually, the whole bottom of their order makes the lineup look appealing. So I would guess that optimizers would like KC,
especially if you want to get to those pitchers.
Yeah, because they're so cheap. I mean, Olivares is 2,500 heading third. It's such an easy stack to build any which way too.
But it's a big slate and.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like it made more sense to me when I looked at the pricing. I like the Pirates idea personally. Maybe that's what I do. Maybe I change it up a little bit between my Dodgers thing, and I'll go for some Pirates.
So it looks like another little surprise. Not really. Laureano is out. I had him originally in.
Oh, he was in my lineup, my original build. So
yeah, so he's on Oakland. He's on Oakland, right?
Yep.
Well, it's nice that they put out that lineup. That is helpful, I guess. Who's taking his place here? Look at these guys. Tony Kemp. Tony Kemp's. He's hitting ninth though. Yeah,
but that's who. Yeah. So Rooker, they're starting against so Rooker is the answer.
Yeah, Rooker starting. So I'm redoing. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to redo my MME. What I think I'm going to do, by the way, I think I'm going to not. Dude, I did it again, by the way. That day where I had all these swipes, and I actually did something good in LOL, and I did all this, did okay. And those are the days that StakeKings decided to ignore me. It was really weird.
Oh my God, that's so crazy.
They love ignoring me when I cash. It's good for me, but I feel bad. It's like,
no, I mean, what can you do? It was there.
KC Yankees are looking like maybe that Yankees will be my big buy-in. I haven't done that in a while.
You know what I like about Pittsburgh? They just run up and down the lineup, runs. There's some power in there. They're cheap. That's it. Pittsburgh and the Dodgers are my main stacks now.
I'm liking the Pittsburgh.
But Pittsburgh 5-man, Dodgers 3-man.
Let's see.
It feels weird to ignore the games in Atlanta and Boston. That's the only thing.
Yeah, I guess it's baseball. Doesn't matter. Whatever.
Dynamite analysis there, Sheets.
I mean, it's not like I'm ignoring
Yeah.
like what's his name, like Tony Pollard at 3,800 with Zeke out. You know what I mean? Like it's
right.
Well, so these guys. It looks like the Pittsburgh lineup isn't even out yet, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's not out.
That's a little.
Damn, I can't quite do what I want to pitching wise. I'm just having one playoff. Maybe I literally am thinking about it. Like, I don't think Brady Singer is that bad of a play.
Yeah, you keep mentioning that. See, Danny Jansen had 2 home runs yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah, during the day.
He's not even.
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah, he got me in the early slate. The Embleman. I had like something in the 444.
Oh man,
he got me.
So I'm stacking Pittsburgh against the guy who's been like the best pitcher in baseball since he's come back.
Who?
Tehran.
Oh, screw him.
He's been awesome. He's given up in 4 starts. He's given up 4 runs.
That's a lot.
It's pretty good pitching.
How about if he gets up 4 runs just today? Is that gonna be enough?
Yeah, that should be good.
Let me see FanDuel here. Yeah, it really thunderstormed earlier. I played golf today. I took a couple hours off. I played golf with my son today. I was freaking dialed in today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I made 3 birdies today. I was freaking insane.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, I don't. That's very difficult for me to do. Matter of fact, I don't think I made 3 birdies in like one round in like a couple of years.
Awesome.
Yeah, all this Yankees business on FanDuel I'm getting. I like it. I think I like that. And of course, the most important part of the analysis, I'm going to a barbecue where they'll probably have the game on. So obviously that's the most important determining factor of who you're supposed to play. Right? Angels, Yankees, pitchers, Darvish, bunch of different guys, Schuster. Yeah, those White Sox, man, they're if you could find it, and I actually played a little of the other guy, the Dodger pitcher against the White Sox yesterday as well. He didn't quite last long enough.
Cool.
The cheap guy, is it Brown? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, Miller?
No.
I don't know who pitched Dodger. I was so
I think it's Brown. I want to say that.
All right, Dodgers in Pittsburgh with a Brady Singer, JP France pitching options. Nobody's doing that.
No.
What's wrong with Brady Singer? I don't understand.
I like the JP France, JP Sears.
Brady Singer has been getting better, and
he's a moneymaker. He's won people's slates.
He's won us money for sure.
Yeah. Oh, definitely that. He's won other people's slates this year without having to put up that many points.
Yeah, exactly. He's 6,100. He doesn't have to do much. He's just more betting against the top pitchers.
Yankees. Toronto. A couple of Torontos there. Gausman. Yeah, Texas can definitely hit, but they can strike out a little bit. Yeah, can I tell you who strikes out literally every time that I'm rooting for him? Not every time, obviously. Is Marcus Semien? Not Marcus Semien. Adelis Garcia.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, he swings it really hard. That's what happens.
Yeah. Boy, look at Ricky today, starting off birdie, birdie, birdie.
Yeah, man. How do they know? How did 24% of the public know?
How are the most popular players, your cash game staples, all leading this impossible tournament?
How the hell do they know?
It's so ridiculous.
Rory's playing well. I mean, you're gonna earn this one. I mean, everybody's guys are playing well.
Yeah. Even Rom just eagled the first. Now he's 3 under to start the day.
Rom eagled the first.
Yeah.
Well, here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
I saw his drive right before we came on, and I was like, "Oh, that seems like it's going to be in pretty good position there."
Dude, Dustin Johnson is -6. He had an 8 today.
He had the 8. It was so crazy how he bounced back too. Like, I mean, he literally.
You want to know why? Because
that's what happens.
He doesn't go on tilt because it's like nothing in his brain. You know what I mean? Like he's like looks like he's in a freaking another world whenever he plays. He doesn't know whether he doesn't look like he cares whether it's like the putt for the win or he's +4 or -9. You can look at him, you have no idea how he's doing.
Absolutely agree with you.
You know?
Yeah. Same with Harris English, by the way, too.
That was a great call by you. That was amazing. He's killing it today.
Yeah, he was awesome. He also had it wasn't a double, I don't think, but he like had like a really bad 3-putt early on, and then he just like literally he doesn't like he has no like personality coming out. He's just like walking chewing gum, like right. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's no like sweat. But Justin Thomas being just like the worst is
is he? He's not doing well.
He's 7 over.
That's not doing very well.
He's 4 over through 4 today.
Dude, what about this other guy? Sam Bennett is -5.
This might be a thing, by the way, that we might need to it's getting to be ridiculous.
Right?
He turned pro, then he finished 16th at the next tournament at no cost. He was 6,500 in this one. He finished 16th at the amateur at the Masters. Like, maybe we have to start paying attention to that. But it was hard this week in that there's so many guys who made so much sense. It was just like a weird, and I think that we overread the course. Like, I think people just thought it would play much harder than it did. And I think it's going to play harder over the weekend, but I just don't think it's playing as hard. If you don't put hazards out there, these guys will find a way to not shoot, 3 and 4 overs other than Dustin Johnson. And I'm not sure if I guess apparently somebody made a quad to open. What's his name? Tom Kim won a tournament this year where he started with a 4 over.
Was that right?
Somebody else had a 4 over this year, but I don't know. I don't think there was ever a major where a guy shot a 4 over and won it.
Pittsburgh. When does Pittsburgh play?
They're playing in what's it called?
For a while. Oh, 8-10.
Yeah, 8-10.
Could have used that lineup actually.
It's kind of weird that it's not out.
Well, I have another question. So yeah. I have another guy to bring up to you. Now, again, this team doesn't strike out all that much, obviously. But are we forgetting? Is Zach Gallen done? Is he done?
No, I think those are the viable pivots, right? Like we talked about them.
Can you believe it?
Totally viable.
The Gallen against the Tigers gave up 10 hits, 5 runs. That's amazing.
It's going to happen sometimes, you know.
It is. It happened to Sonny Gray yesterday.
Yeah, I don't. Still, even Sonny Gray, it's going to happen to more often. But yeah,
right, that's true.
I just don't. Yeah, I don't know where he.
Matt, Rory got him right. I know. So what do we got? We 3 for 3.
3 for 3 and a push.
And what's left?
Sepp Straka.
Straka's got to win his group.
Awful.
Oh. And who else?
He's got to be who?
He's got to win his group.
Siwoo Kim.
And we have Siwoo Kim.
And then Shane Lowry.
They all 3 have to win their group, and then Matt wins like 100-team parlay or something.
Okay, so wait, Sepp's with who?
Sepp is with someone who's doing better than him, I think, at this point.
Straka's live plus 500.
Oh, he's now plus 500 apparently.
Rory was plus 800 at one point. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who else was up there in Rory's group?
But
it's Koepka.
Dustin Johnson fucked the odds.
Yeah, Dustin Johnson got you at the end with the putt. Well, I'm not worried too much about that.
We got bigger issues with these guys.
With Sepp
Who's a
Straka.
Straka?
Who's Straka? Well,
what is a Straka?
He's even though. He's in good shape.
no, but he's got to beat his group. Who's doing well in his group?
Just Fleetwood's group.
Oh, he's in Fleetwood's group?
Fleetwood's 2 over.
Hoagie.
Hoagie's not doing well either.
Okay. On the day?
That's just for the day, Bobby.
Oh, for the day so far, Hoagie's 1 under, Straka's even.
Fine, we'll take
Oh, that's
it.
fine.
It's also live, so maybe in bad shape right now.
Yeah,
It's a long 18 holes.
that's right.
Yeah.
Hey,
Show a little faith. There's
What's
magic.
up, Matt?
but
He went yesterday. Did I tell you?
I know you told me.
Yeah,
Now it's 6 legs, payout units.
that's.
Deflated the odds.
He might be coming up He might be coming here at some point this summer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun, man.
You bringing the boat, or you just coming?
No, not bring. I wish I could just bring that boat over, but no, just me.
The boat's just docked.
The boat's gonna stay on the West Coast for right now.
I lost from Dawson Johnson shot $28,000.
You did not lose $28,000 in just Johnson's shot. Why?
Otherwise, it would have been
Oh, because you're going to win 112,000 or something?
17.
I see.
Right now it's like 18,000.
Oh, to win. If you win, you mean?
Of course.
Okay, that's right. Math is always very.
That was exactly what it is.
My math is that Dustin Johnson cost me $1 million the time when he won you 100,000. That's my math.
True.
That was
Dude, when he hold out from 62 yards.
No, it was 160 yards.
It was 160. Is that right?
It was 160. You hold out.
And who screwed me at the end? Paul Casey.
Yeah, Paul Casey.
You lost from a 160-yard hole out.
I finished 5th out of a million bazillion people, but I was the only non-Dustin Johnson person because he holed out on the 18th from 160 yards. And Sheets was one of the Dustin Johnson people. Sheets finished 2nd in that tournament. I finished 5th.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Yeah. That was what they played that out on Monday. They rained out on Sunday.
That's
They played
right. Yeah.
around on Monday.
Was this during COVID?
No, it had nothing to do with COVID.
No, I'm saying was it this?
No.
that was
It was like
just not human.
last year or so. So yeah.
We just scored 1,000 points.
Yeah, it was the players like a year and a half. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like 22 under in COVID.
You know, Dustin Johnson got COVID like 30 times. I think something like that.
John, COVID was the craziest thing.
The Rom COVID thing was so annoying.
That was so
He was
stupid.
6 strokes up.
I still got 6th in that tournament, even
What
with
did they
Rom.
do about that?
They counted
What
his
did
strokes. Yeah.
they counted his birdies, but his win position, got lost.
Wait, was he marked as withdrawn?
Yeah.
That's awful.
Are we on track to leave it?
5:50.
5:50. All right, listen, Bobby. I'm gonna head out.
All right, have fun.
So watch for MMA updates and all this stuff the next couple of days, and I'll put projections up in the morning.
All right, awesome. I'm probably going to be back at the tournament tomorrow, so
Oh, you're going back? You're going again?
I think I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah, let's go.
Yeah, it should be fun.
Sounds
All
good.
right.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, talk to you later, bud. See you later, Matt.